Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the big show. It's Bruce here on Traveling with Bruce. Welcome to TWB. From around the world they come. It's great to see you. I appreciate you visiting me every Monday night, except for last Monday night. Jen made me take the day off. She wouldn't let me work. She wouldn't let me do anything. And President's Day turned into a kind of a relaxing day. I needed it, I'll tell you that. We're back though. This Monday, we're back. It's February the 27th, 2023. Welcome all to TWB, Traveling with Bruce, and it's great to see you here tonight. Let me know where you're watching from. Tell me what your eye temperature is today. Are you in winter or in summer? Love to hear from you. If you're able to give us a thumbs up, please hit the thumbs up button and let us know. We always try to hit 100 thumbs ups on this show between live and rerun. Gotta tell you, folks send me messages. This show happens Monday nights. I get messages Monday night, Tuesday, emails come in, alerts from YouTube. Because whenever you make a comment down below, the alert arrives on my phone. I get alerts on Thursday and Friday from folks going, hey, Bruce, love the show, number 98. And then I'll get one on a Friday. Love the show. Love this. Love that. Oh, by the way, 114 on the thumbs up meter. Everyone knows. All the folks on the rerun know that I'm begging for thumbs ups, and they come through. It's incredible. Thank you, those of you who are here live, and those who are watching on the rerun, whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It doesn't matter. Love you guys. Thank you all so much for your support. It's great to see you. I've got some cruise news today, a little of this, a little of that. I got some deals today that I'm going to talk about as well, some cruise deals. We'll get into that as well. If you have any announcements you're making about a cruise you're going on real soon, let us know. What ship are you taking? Where are you headed? All that kind of stuff. If you've been on a cruise lately, let us know, if you don't mind. What ship were you on? Where did you go? How was it? On a scale of 1 to 10, how was the food from 1 to 10? 10 being the best. How about the cost or onboard charges? Anything like that stick out? Did anything good or bad happen that we should know about? Particular cruise line, particular cruise ship, or an excursion that didn't go well, or something that surprised you, or whatever? Let us know. We'd love to hear from you on that. By all means, share to all of us. Nice to have you here. Here in Palm Desert, where I am with Jennifer, we're doing fine. As many of you are aware, Jennifer had her hip replacement surgery. It's going to be, it was 8 weeks last Thursday. It's going to be 9 weeks this Thursday. And she is recovering very, very well. She now walks around the house without any cane or walker, nothing. She doesn't hang onto the walls when she's walking down the wall. She just goes down the wall, down the hallway. We'll go to Costco together, and she'll now push a cart and just push a cart around the store, and doesn't need the electric wheelchair anymore that they offer. Those electric things with the baskets in the front. Doesn't take those anymore. It's really fantastic, because for the last definitely 2 years, certainly the last year prior to the operation, but the year before that, whenever we'd go to Costco or we'd go to Walmart, we would go to any other large retail outlet in Calgary, we would find a wheelchair or we would find an electric scooter that could be used. And thankfully, most large retailers provide these, which is just a godsend, an absolute, you don't realize how important it is until you absolutely count on one every time you go. But for 2 years, Jen had to have mobile assistance. I was pushing her in the wheelchair, or she had a scooter that was she would operate herself. And it's just great to see her walking around the store, pushing the cart. No big deal. We'll be in Costco for 30, 40 minutes. No problem. Things are improving. So this is good stuff. We're now working on Jennifer's endurance. We're now building her endurance level, because it used to be that after the procedure, we'd go for a little walk outside. We'd only walk a couple of hundred meters, couple hundred yards, and then turn around and come back. And she'd be winded. She'd be just out. It's like going up and down 5 flights of stairs. She would be exhausted, just breathing hard, really tired. And this showed me how much of her endurance she had, it just wasted away on her from years and years of taking care of herself and not trying to hurt it anymore. So this operation has changed everything. We went for a walk the other day, 25 minutes around the complex here. Went for a 25-minute stroll, and she enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It's getting better all the time. So thanks for all your best wishes, words of support. It is much, much appreciated. And welcome to the big show here from Palm Desert, where we've had a bit of unsettled weather. I know that, from time to time, you guys get crazy weather where you live, and you let us know about it. I got to tell you, we just went through 2 weeks of wacky weather, talking about windy, major windstorms came through here. I will show you something here that I hadn't seen before in this complex. This is an image of a tree on one of the golf holes, just a few golf holes away from us. This gigantic tree. This tree is 150 feet tall, at least. It's like the height of a 15-story building. Blew it over, and thankfully, this tree blew down along the fairway of the golf course. It didn't hit the condos behind it. Those trees behind it, those are only 20-foot tall trees. Those are nothing burgers. But that tree down there at the very base, that's a 5-foot, 6-foot diameter, easily trunk. It's huge. For a desert golf course, this is a big tree. It came down, and I'll tell you, they are going to need a crew with chainsaws, obviously, to deal with this thing. I don't know if I can make. Yeah, there you go. You can just look at the size of the ball on the bottom there. You can see the roots sticking up. The problem with these trees here is that the golf course is built on desert, and the desert is really kind of a clay kind of a material. So all the land that a golf course is built on is soil that has to be trucked in. You have to let the grass grow on something, and so it grows on soil. So they put soil down first, and they sculpt the golf course, put soil on top of it, put sod on top of that. Then they plant some trees. Well, this tree here, the roots couldn't go down more than 4 or 5 feet. They went out. They go out sideways. And we had winds of 75 miles an hour at gusts like that. And with the leaves all out, it was like a giant sail just being hit by this wave of wind. And it just ripped the roots right out at the bottom. The tree could not hold herself up. Healthy tree otherwise, very healthy. Down she came, and now you can't lift it up and put it back. It's game over, and this tree now has to be cut apart, and the small embers and all will be shredded in a shredder, and then the big chunks will be, I guess, used for fire logs. I don't even know. I don't know what happens to this particular kind of tree. I have no idea. Here, we're supposed to be in the mid-70s to the 80s now. Mid-70s for the daily highs every day, pushing 78, maybe 80 degrees. The sun's angle rising dramatically now. His sun is really coming up as the days are getting longer. You go out in the morning and it's 59 degrees. It feels warm. The sun makes you feel hot. Well, at 78 degrees and the sun's out, you feel like it's 90 up. Well, we have not had that. We have had mid-50s to the mid-60s for our highs. And that's expected for the next week. We're still below. And every day that goes by, the average temperature sort of supposed to be a half a degree warmer, because this is kind of go time between late February and into March. We're going much longer days and much warmer daytime highs. But we've got clouds just coming through here because we have system after system off the Pacific off the Pacific Ocean, coming down the coast of California from the north down to the south, and then they come inland, kind of over LA. They decide to come inland, and we get these cold fronts that come in because everything is counterclockwise. And so unsettled air, rain and showers, and then sunny and beautiful, but it doesn't get sunny and beautiful long enough to build the heat. And so we only get to 68, 70 degrees, and then we go back to the mid 50s. And that's been the winter around here. We hit 39 the other night for the overnight low, and our furnace conked out. Now, of course, you tell your relatives back in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, you tell your relatives that the furnace conked out, and they go, "Oh, how cold is it inside your condo down in Southern California in the desert?" And you tell them, "Well, it went down to 58 degrees overnight." And they go, "Oh, that's a crying shame," because they don't see 58 for the high until April. So they have no sympathy for folks down here having having a winter break while they're up there suffering in minus 20, so there was minus 30 temperatures in Calgary last week. So there was no sympathy coming from my friends and relatives, I'll tell you that. And I don't know if I'll get any here either. Ken Kareka, hi Ken. Hi Bruce and Jen from Ken and Janet and Ken in Saginaw. The temperature is 31 degrees now with snow showers and sleet. Regular gas is $3.20 a gallon. Good evening, all. We are number 3 thumbs ups. Kirk Brunson, hey there, Bruce and TW family. Kirk from New York City is here and wishing he was still on his cruise. Tim Bowman coming over from the sponsor member show. It is overcast, mid-40s in Seattle, and we're expecting more snow tonight. Thumbs up, number 6. Kirk, thumbs up, number 5. Thank you, guys. Nathan, number 5, 47 days until my cruise on the NCL Joy. We have decided to drive to Miami from Asheville, North Carolina. I'm sure I will regret that decision, but we're tired of the weight restrictions on the planes, I'm sure. Mid 60s today. Gas at the lowest is $2.96 a gallon. Sun in mid 70s tomorrow. I don't blame you, Nathan. I don't blame you a bit. Brittany, hi, Bruce and all. I am thumbs up, number 4. Friday is a big day for my husband and I, as we should be closing on our first place. We'll see if that happens. Might be fully moved in sometime in May. Way to go, you guys. Kirk is saying, Nathan, I know what you mean. With my 3 check bags and my carry-on, it was over $200. He was flying Frontier from Florida back to New York. Unbelievable. Brittany saw a gas price earlier today of $2.98. Kirk Brunson, snow and mixed accumulation here for New York City tomorrow. Hopefully some good snow will fall there. Brittany, my husband and I have a trip coming up soon, but won't be saying where it is yet. I want to be complete surprise, and we'll not be staying in Florida for this cruise or this trip. We're going somewhere else. Right on, Brittany. Kirk, Robert, number 10. Welcome, Robert. Shady Hill Homestead. Hey, Bruce. Brittany, shorts and T-shirt weather here in Pensacola right now. Sharon is in the house. Hey there, Sharon. We're in winter. We might actually be getting our first measurable snow of the season tonight. Meanwhile, we missed a tornado last Tuesday by about 3 miles. Unbelievable. Rocky Grasso is here in the house. Thumbs up 16. Thank you, sir, for that. Ms. M is here. Hi, all. I'm number 9 on the thumbs up meter. Stephen Butler, number 8, paid $28.79, 2.78, 287.9 for gas today. Temps in the 70s. And sunny day trip to Dogwood Canyon Nature Park in southern Missouri, south of Branson. Back home, my wife reminded me to tune into your show. I couldn't miss the show. Wow, thank God your wife's on it. That's great. Stephen Stair, hello, Bruce. We're on the Freedom of the Seas as we speak. And Saturday, we are jumping on the Mardi Gras ride on. Let us know. How is it, Stephen? Are you enjoying it? Are you having a good time? Are the prices okay? Have things changed since the last time you've been on the cruise, good or bad? Anything you can tell us. Sharon, glad to hear that Jen's recovering well. Please give her our best. Sandy Robinson, hi there, TW family. Jay from Sandy. Kirk Brunson was on the MSC Seascape. The food was great in the main dining room. I did 3 theme nights, gala, Italian, and white night. Fantastic. Sandy Robinson, hi again from snowy Medicine Hat, Alberta. Okay, right on, Sandy. Hello from Medicine Hat. Ms. M in the Fraser Valley. We had 20 centimeters of snow over the weekend. Just started again 2 hours ago. Karen Griswold is here. Hi there, Bruce. Sharon, 29 thumbs up, 71 to go. Bruce, you're on your way. Louise is here. Hi there, Louise. I'm glad Jen is doing well. I'm iced in. Then I ice my way out. Repeat, the ice pellets are still coming down. Oh my. Donnell is in the house from Cork, Ireland. Hi there, Bruce, and all TWB fans. I'm number 27, thumbs up. We all love to hear about Jen's improving health. Right on, Donnell. Good to have you here tonight. Sandy Robinson, hello all from a snowy Medicine Hat. Traveling hot. Good evening. I'm number 31. It's been warm here right now. It's 75 in Houston, Texas. Man, that's nice. Alan, my small town in California has gotten 10 feet of snow in 7 days so far. Can you believe it? Sandy, I was thumbs up number 22. I'm still in hospital with my broken femur. When do you get out? I sure hope it's soon. My cousin just had he needed a hip operation, had been on the waiting list for years and years. He was 3 days away from going in for his hip operation in 2020 before COVID, and then COVID hit and they canceled it on him 3 days before. And then he was supposed to have it again last year, and within the last week they canceled it a second time. Backup of patients, backup of cases, all kinds of problems. And this time around, he got in. He got in for his operation a week ago, Friday. It'll be 2 weeks this Friday. And turns out that the operation for him was actually a replacement. And when they got in there, they found they only had to replace the top of his. Is that the femur, the big bone where the ball is? They took the ball off and put a new ball on, and put it in there. And they said, "You're good to go. We won't see you for 20 years, if at all. We might not see you again." And he is doing great. He is in fantastic condition, by the way, going into this. He's in real good shape. And he walked a shopping mall yesterday on day 9 or 10. Yeah, day 9. He's walking a shopping mall with just crutches. Unbelievable. This guy's Superman. Kirk Brunson thought about getting a job on a cruise ship, then remembered I'm 55 and I don't have the energy. That's right. Louise, going back on the Zaandam in June for another back-to-back cruise. I'm getting excited. My sister will be joining me for one back only. Oh, that's going to be a nice cruise for you again. And Kelly Haston is in the house tonight, number 52 tonight, Bruce. Hope all is well with the TWB family. We are great. Thank you, Kelly, for popping in. We got some cruise deals coming up later, and I've got some cruise news coming up here shortly. It's nice to have you in. G.I. Lewis, a good afternoon. Where is the Traveling with Bruce logo? That is a good question. Where is that Traveling with Bruce logo? I have no idea. Hopefully it'll show up real soon, and we'll be all right. First of all, let me say welcome all to all of you who are here. It's great to have you. Thank you for these thumbs ups. They make such a difference for the channel and for folks to find us. Keep those coming in if you don't mind. The more, the merrier. Now, let me tell you, Kelly, sorry, it's number 32 today. I'm not 51, I'm 32. It's okay, Kelly. Thank you for everyone that we can get. The news today that I want to bring to you is a bit of this and a bit of that. Let me start off with a photo. Check this out. Have you seen this photo already on the internet or on anywhere else? This is a photo from Venice, and this was just taken a few days ago. Apparently, it's not that old. It's a photo of one of the canals. Obviously, it's not one of the largest canals. It's one of the tributary type canals. But look at this, boats that are just sitting on the muck. No water here. They've dried out. This is the first story I'm going to tell you about is the fact that Europe is suffering from some serious drought conditions. You may have heard me talk about this in the past. Here's another photo, by the way, of some gondolas. Look at these guys. These units are sitting basically on mud. little bit of water there at the end, but the water is like 3 inches deep, 6 inches deep. You can't take these out in 6 inches of water. There's no way. Anyway, you can tell by those poles. Those poles are 12 feet taller. Normally, those poles are only 3, 4 feet out of the water, and the water is 6, 8 feet deep here. And right now, these gondolas are completely, bottomed out. Europe has been suffering apparently from a drought now for upwards of 4 years. We only hear about the drought in the United States, the drought in particular in the Colorado River Basin. We hear about the droughts in California and how some of the reservoirs are very, very low. We hear about the Lake Mead situation outside of Las Vegas, where the Lake Mead levels are dropping, that all kinds of interesting discoveries have been made in the last several months, and some are kind of gruesome. But we don't hear about the European situation. And let me show you another couple of photos. I mean, look at this photo here. This is a shot of the Rhine River. I believe this is in Germany itself. And this is last fall, I believe. Look at these barges going around the sandbar up there, and now having to circumvent the sandbars towards the bottom right of the screen, and then also the bottom left here. All this exposed area here, it is not good. This is a problem. Here's another shot of another barge going along, and right in front of us, at the very bottom of this photo, you see those tires there. And then you see the sandbar sort of going out a ways. And then look a little further out to the left there. There's another sandbar. That's way out there. This water is only a foot or 2 feet deep over there. That barge you see going by, I think those barges are going in single file, one behind the other, because they don't dare veer off course. They'll hit bottom very low. Look at this photo here. Here's another indication of just how bad this is. You're thinking of taking a river cruise in Europe this summer, you might want to think twice. I am beginning to get the suspicion that what is actually happening now, without a lot of fanfare, is that river cruises are being offered now to passengers that are, say, 11, 12, 14 days long, but you're only on the ship for maybe 9 or 10 days. And even then, you might not be on the same ship for those 10 days. You might be on 2 different ships, because after the 3rd, 4th, 5th night, you might be asked to pack your bags, leave them in your room, all closed up, come on down for breakfast, and we're going on an excursion now, a bus excursion that will take you on a tour for the day, take you to lunch somewhere, and take you back to the second ship, 50, 60 miles upriver or downriver, where your bags will be waiting for you in your room, and you're going to finish your cruise there. And the other thing I've started to notice about river cruises out of Europe has been where the cruise is bragging about how you have 3 days maybe in Paris, or a couple of days in Zurich and other areas, by taking a train ride from Zurich to another place, maybe Bern, spend the night there, get some tours, then come back to Zurich, and then take a bus ride to your ship. And that's day 4. And day 4 until day 10 is on the ship. And then day 10 to day 12 is another bus ride or train ride to another hotel in another city with some tours built in. So it's kind of a combination bus tour, train tour, a river cruise holiday, all bundled into one, because the ships, the river boats, cannot ply the rivers like they used to. There are sections cut off, and this is a big problem. And I can imagine that of the dozens of cruise lines that offer river cruises, they've condensed their ships into various clusters along various rivers. And you might be telling me of stories this summer and this fall about a cruise that you thought would be a full-blown river cruise, and it's not. It's a river cruise / bus tour cruise bus tour holiday. Now, for some folks, it might be just fine. It won't be a problem because the river's the river. If there's only a foot of water where there's supposed to be 10 feet of water, what are you supposed to do? How can the cruise line make it any better? They're doing the best they can with what they've got. But I am hearing the European situation is so dire. Look at these photos again. The situation in Europe is so bad right now that in parts of France, they have not even had a rainstorm in 32 days. Like it's been 5.5 weeks with no precipitation coming down. These pictures are going to get worse. There's now talk among experts that farmers are going to be restricted with how much water they're going to be using on their crops for their fields. And they're being encouraged to produce crops that use the least amount of water. And the other issue we're hearing about as well is drinking water. Just water for human consumption is going to be in short supply depending on which country you live. This drought has now encompassed Spain, France, mainly most of southern Germany, Austria, Czech Republic, part of Slovenia, Italy has been hit. Slovakia has been hit. So there's Czech Republic, Slovakia, and Slovenia beside Italy. Then we have Kosovo, Serbia, Bosnia-Herzegovina, all the way down the Adriatic coast. Drought situations over. We're talking probably 30 million people that are in a. No, I'm sorry, I'm misquoting that. 300 million people that are affected by drought, and it could affect personal consumption. So there may be a restriction on watering your lawns because, of course, people's lawns are getting dried out. They won't allow that. They're going to officials are going to have to really get creative on water conservation. Unless this breaks and opens up, it's bad news. So from the cruising point of view, the thing for you to understand is if you're going to go on a Mediterranean cruise this year, no problem cruising the Mediterranean Sea, lots of water in the sea. The problem is when you get on land, you may find that some of the tours that you're going on, you may find that the air is very dusty, very parched. You may find that city parks that you would visit or museum grounds, not so lush this year. Those of you who are taking tours where you're supposed to go see a waterfall or whatever, might not be seeing much of a waterfall at all. And it might be historic as to how little you're going to see. Get your camera out, take photos of how dead these things are. It's going to be an interesting summer this year. There are apparently thousands of ski resorts in southern France, Switzerland, Austria, Germany, Czech Republic, and elsewhere, northern Italy in particular. Many thousands of ski resorts are operated by mom and pop kind of operators. This is like family businesses. They have a 60-room chalet for overnight guests. And then they have hundreds and hundreds of people come in every day to buy a lift ticket and ski all day long. These are small size resorts with maybe a chairlift and a couple of tows. There are photos on the internet of a bunch of these in this region where you see the ski lift, and underneath the ski lift is grass. There is no snow. Regions of Europe have had no snowfall this year at all, none. It's so warm that whatever precipitation they're getting is rain, not snow. Even at 4,000, 5,000 feet, too warm. And whatever snow is falling is wet and just instantly melts on the ground. We're talking economic disaster for a lot of tourist operators, ski resorts, ski chalets, and also the farmers this year. If the farmers are restricted in water usage, we're going to have far fewer cattle, far fewer pigs, chickens, sheep, you name it. The meat source supply is going to go down. And then grains and other fruits and vegetables being grown in Europe will be really restricted, or the yields will be very low, which makes Europe a non-exporter of food, a net importer. And where's it coming from? Because if you live in the USA, you know all about the stories we've heard about the Mississippi River. You've heard and seen stories and video about the Mississippi River in certain parts, no water. And there are farmers in the northern part of the United States who can't get their grain down to New Orleans to put grain onto ocean vessels to export grain to the Caribbean, to South America, to Europe, to China, you name it. There's all kinds of issues here. And there are millions of bushels of all kinds of various grains that are being kept in silos on farms in the Midwest, in the upper Midwest. You can't get it out because the train reservations are all made every year by grain haulers. All the grain that can be moved by rail is being moved by rail. And you can't build 5,000 new rail cars like this to move wheat or barley or anything like that. It doesn't work that way. It's a 2-year build out. And do you need them? Will you still need them in 2 years? If the drought is over and the Mississippi opens up, no one's going to need these cars. Who's going to gamble on building rail cars you might never need? It's a problem. We may have food shortages in the US and Canada because of these logistics. I'm just giving you a heads up and letting you know this is not just a cute little photo like that where you see one ship at the bottom that is a tourist boat just turning around, and the second boat there right in the middle of your photo there where that river turns into a stream, that's a tourist boat that is docked and it's beached. These are serious enough, but we're talking about absolutely zero barges going through here with coal, with wheat, barley, anything else that's going to go through there. Now you've got to find another way to get goods through these rivers. And these barges, this barge traffic is serious. It is a big, major business to move millions of tons of goods up and down these rivers. Here's just one shot with 4 of them. And these guys are going single file because they don't dare veer off course because there isn't enough deep water for them to go beside each other. Quite amazing, isn't it? Unreal. Anyway, there you go. There's the story there. That's the European drought story that could well affect tourism this year for visitors. I'm quite curious to see what happens with those of you who are going to fly to Europe this year. And are you going to be witnessing or hearing about water shortages in various towns and cities where, there are all kinds of restrictions in place? We'll find out. You'll let me know. Alrighty. Let's see. Tim Bowman, Louise will be on the Zaandam for a couple of months starting in October during the Grand South America. We sailed to Antarctica some years ago on that ship. Nikki, so happy to hear of Jen's recovery. Kevin Chapman is in the house. The author is here. Hi there, Uncle Bruce. Doing great here in central New Jersey and waiting for maybe the first snow of winter. Maybe. Under 100 days before our Oasis of the Seas cruise to Canada. Thumbs up number 38. Thank you, Kevin. Enjoy that cruise, and I sure hope you get snow. That system that's bringing you snow brought us snow in California last week. It is the remnants of that storm that's barreled across America and is now headed your way. Believe it or not, that's how big this thing is. It's still dumping stuff. Annie Mon, late, only number 2 today from Sydney. Weather, a bit of a fall in summer, 73 Fahrenheit. Welcome, Annie. Louise, it's so icy around here. I can't leave or even bring my garbage to the curb. Obviously, I can't order take-in either or takeout. Stephen, prices are great. $1,800 for the Mardi Gras for 7 days. $916 for the Freedom for 6 days cruising. That's for both of us. That's a good deal. Daniel Fields, hello. Hello, Daniel. How you doing there, pal? Welcome to the show tonight. Thank you, everybody, for these thumbs ups you're giving us. We now have a total of 44 already in the house. We need 56 more to make it to 100. And between you guys giving me thumbs ups live and the folks watching on rerun hitting the thumbs ups, we always get 100 thumbs ups on this show. It's unbelievable. More cruise news, or at least more specific cruise news. This one here, I hate to bring this up because you guys are going to accuse me of picking on one cruise line all the time. I can't help it because these guys keep making the cruise news. It's Norwegian. Norwegian. The news that I have been bringing you on Norwegian has been driving me crazy. I brought you the news at least 6 weeks ago that that the chairman of the board of Norwegian, whose name escapes me at the moment, his son is now the president of their high end line. He's been the president of Norwegian forever. He got himself a big pay packet yet again. He gets like a $2 million wage plus benefits, and then he gets a ton of stock options. And no matter where the price of the stock trades, he gets stock options within the market range. So he just makes a killing on his deal. That news came out about him getting his latest pay package that had to be released under SEC rules. And wouldn't you know it, the same week that he announced how much money he was making. And if anybody knows the name Frank Del Rio, thank you, Tim Bowman. You're a good man. You're helping me out tonight. Thank you, Tim. Frank Del Rio and his son are two senior executives of the company now. His son gets $500,000 a year running the cruise line, one of the other cruise lines they own. Anyway, within the same week of Frank Del Rio's big pay package being released yet again, the company laid off over 10% of their land-based staff in Florida. So they laid off people at the head office and other regional offices, and they're working with fewer people. Then they announced increases in all kinds of charges. They bumped the drink prices. They bumped tipping. They bumped the daily tipping charge. They bumped. They restricted room servants. You only get a visit to your cabin once a day by your room steward. They're laying off room stewards in general. They're laying them off, letting go people. Here's the latest one. Here's the next step, and I'm telling you, Norwegian is going to be the first one to do it, and others will follow very quietly. But this story broke, and the official explanation of this development is that the cruise line wanted to adhere to the sustainability standards for environmental stewardship. Now, what does this mean? What they're trying to tell you is we're just great people at Norwegian, and we really respect the environment. And what we are doing now is we are altering our behavior so that we emit less pollution into the air from our oil burning ships. And what we're doing is just all better for the environment. Now, that's the company line. Okay, now here is Bruce's explanation of what's really going on. Okay. The story had to concern the Norwegian Sky cruise ship. The story was all about the Norwegian Sky. It was going on a 10-day cruise. And it had 7 stops on a 10-day cruise. And what they've done is they've altered the order in which they're going to various stops. And they have altered how long they're going to be at various stops. And what's happening is they get there in the morning and leave earlier in the day on these stops. And what they've been able to do is they've managed to shave 14 hours of land visitation time off their schedule over this 10-day, 7-stop cruise. So it's 2 hours per port being cut back on average. Okay, some will be none, some will be more. All right. Now, what is this? Why are they doing that? Why would you do that? In order for help the ecology of the planet? No. It's to improve expenses and make more money. Now, how do you make more money? If you go to just as many stops in just as many days, how are you making more money for the cruise line? I don't understand it. You're asking me. And here's what I'm telling you. Because you've got 14 more sea hours at sea. And we're not talking about 2 in the morning to 4 in the morning sea hours. They were already at sea every night already. So they're already in, at sea at 10 at night until 5 in the morning. No, 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 no. They're going to be at sea now earlier in the day. And that means they've got an extra 2 hours easily for those 7 days to get to their next stop. They have 2 more hours to get there, which means they can run the ship at a slower speed. Therefore, burning less fuel because the ship runs more efficiently at a lower speed. It's like your car. You go 80 miles an hour or you go 50 miles an hour. You're going to get way better mileage at 50. You'll be bored to tears driving, but you're going to get way better mileage. Well, if you run a cruise ship at 18 knots instead of 22 knots or 16 knots instead of 20 knots, you don't wear down your engine as much. You don't burn as much fuel. Oh, and one other little thing. If you take off 2 hours earlier in the day and you're in those international waters, 10 miles offshore or so, as soon as you're in the international waters, guess what gets turned on? The slot machines get turned on. The casino lights up. If you have 2 extra hours in heat in 80, 85-degree weather, you're going to go to the pool on the ship. And what are you going to do? You're going to order a drink. You're going to get a cocktail. You're going to get a beer. The kids are going to get a soda or a milkshake or something. And you're going to snack on board, and you might pay for it. You might not. All depends what you want. You have more time to spend more money during daylight hours on board the ship. The hours between midnight and 7 a.m. when you're sleeping and just getting up for breakfast, that doesn't change. Never had. But the onboard time is worth a lot more money to the cruise line. And if they can sail at a slower speed, they burn less fuel, which is better for the ecology, but it's also better for the bottom line of Norwegian. Do not be surprised if in the next year or 2 or 3, every single cruise line that you think about going on a cruise, they're going to subtly make changes, very subtle changes. And these changes will involve fewer stops at ports of call. They'll involve fewer hours at each port of call. They will involve a slower cruise speed between ports of call. And they're going to increase their prices for all the services. And you will be finding that at the end of your cruise, you spent $200 more on this cruise than last year's cruise or 2 years ago cruise, because you are on ship much longer than you've ever been before. That's my prediction, and that's the story over there. Over at MSC, one more story to tell you about. MSC announced that they are going to change the way they price their drink packages. What they've been doing so far is they charge you a set amount of money per day for the week-long cruise or 10-day cruise or whatever it is. You pay some amount of money, and you get the non-alcoholic drink package, the all-inclusive, whatever you want drink package, whichever one it is. Different versions in between. And then they were charging a gratuity on top of that. What they've done now, what they're going to do going forward, is they decided to no longer charge a gratuity. They're just going to raise the price of the drink package to include the gratuity, except if you're a mathematician, you will quickly understand that, wait a minute, the numbers don't add up. The old price plus the gratuity on a per day basis equals this much money for this drink package. The new price with no gratuity equals more money than the old package. Where am I getting this wrong? And what you're getting wrong is they're raising the price of their drink package by playing, what's that game that's called when you, on the street where you have those little cups and you move them around and try to figure out where the ball is? Whatever that game is called, they're bait and switch, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, at the end of the day, prices are 5 to 10% higher for every drink package sometime at the end of this month on all MSC cruises. That's the bottom line. Higher prices with the tips built in, apparently. What can I tell you? That's the latest. That just came out of MSC. Now, how about some cruise deals? I'd love to tell you some cruise deals. A 3-card Monty. William, you're a good man. You're a very good man. Thank you for helping me out. Kirk, on my MSC cruise, I didn't hit the casino. There was so much to do and see. Right on, Kirk, and I'm glad you avoided it. That's probably saved you a lot of money. 3-card Monty. There you go. That's one of those games. Exactly. All right. I have some cruise deals. I was looking on vacationstogo.com. I just want to see what I could find. And I took a look at what are known as the 90-day specials, cruises that are available with 90 days or less. So we traditionally would call that as last-minute cruises. All right. So the first one I found was a Norwegian cruise. It was an Alaska cruise, 7-day Alaska cruise, departing out of, I believe it's departing out of Seattle. And it's on Norwegian. It's the Bliss. It's the Norwegian Bliss. This cruise leaves Seattle on April the 22nd, and this is February 27th, so that's 2 months, March, April. It goes from Seattle to let me see if I can get this up here. To Seattle, has a sea day, and then it goes to Juneau on April the 24th, Monday. After leaving Saturday the 22nd, you have Sunday at Cease, Monday at Juneau, Tuesday at Skagway. Wednesday, you're at Glacier Bay National Park and Preserve, looking at all the glaciers, but you're staying on the ship. This is a cruise day. Then Thursday, Ketchikan. Friday, you're in Victoria, British Columbia, beautiful city. And then Saturday, you're back to Seattle. Now, this cruise is a bargain. If you want to take an inside room for this 7-day cruise on the Bliss, beautiful ship, $538 for 1 week per person. If you grab an Ocean View, you're at $635. Good price there, under $100 a person. How about a balcony? Balcony on the Bliss, $732. Barely over, like $105 a night. Not a bad deal. If you take a brochure suite, if you take a suite, $810. Go right there. Don't even bother with the balcony. Go right to the suite. Grab it for $810. You're probably going to get some more benefits there. If you book any of these 4 cabins, apparently they have a $50 deal right now, a per cabin onboard credit. Now, don't forget one other thing. I forget this from time to time, and I have to mention it more often. If you're a shareholder of Norwegian Cruise Lines, you own at least 100 shares of Norwegian, you can get a shareholder credit of $100 on that 1 week cruise for the cabin. It's not per person, but it's a $100 extra credit. So you get a $50 credit already, and now a $100 shareholder credit. That's $150 of spending money on board the ship. And if you've got a suite for $810 to start, hey, this is going to be a nice little getaway. So that's worth looking into and considering. All right, that was cruise number 1. Cruise number 2, another one of these Panama Canal cruises. Now, I might have mentioned this particular cruise months ago, and I'm mentioning it again because it's on a pretty good deal. The prices may have been reduced, I'm not sure. It's a 15-night cruise on the Panama Canal from Miami to Los Angeles. It's on the Norwegian Encore 15-night cruise. It goes from April the 16th departure until May the 1st. And the itinerary of this cruise is Miami, Florida departure, Sunday, April the 16th. Monday and Tuesday, sea days. That's the 17th and 18th of April. You're at sea. Wednesday, April the 19th, you're in Cartagena, Colombia. Then on Thursday, April 20, you're traversing the Panama Canal, full transit through the canal. Friday the 21st, you're in Fuente Amador in Panama for the day. Then Saturday, April 22, you have another sea day. Sunday, April 23rd, you're in Puerto Quetzal, Guatemala. Monday, April 24th, Sea Day. Tuesday, April 25, Acapulco, Mexico. Tons you can do there. Monday, April 24th at sea. Wednesday, April 26th at sea. Again, Sea Day before Acapulco, Sea Day after Acapulco. Thursday, April 27th, you're in Puerto Vallarta. Friday, the 28th, you're in Mazatlan. And Saturday, the 29th, you're in Cabo San Lucas. Then you have a Sea Day on the 30th of April. That's Sunday, arriving Monday in Los Angeles, May the 1st. Prices for this cruise, if you want to take this 15-night cruise through the Panama Canal, inside room, $649 a person. That is a mega bargain. I mean, that is a deal of deal. $100 a night is $1,500. $50 a night is $750. This is $649. This is less than $50 a night in an inside room. If you take a brochure, take an ocean view, $949, a lot more. If you take a balcony, $1,099, $1,100 for a 15-night cruise. But I got to tell you, you got to take the suite, $1,379. It's less than $100 a night for the suite. When are you ever going to get a suite for a Panama Canal cruise for under $100 a person? That's pretty good. On this cruise, they're offering a $50 credit per category. Same thing. So it looks like it's a cruise-wide $50 credit, you know. But if you're a shareholder of Norwegian and you're taking a 15-night cruise, if I'm not mistaken, I believe this is a $200 or a $250 cabin credit. That's one credit only for the party. So if it's you and the wife going on a cruise, you get a $50 cabin credit already. Now 200 up to 250 more. Hey, there's your spa pass probably built in. If you're going on the suite, in a suite, you may have access to exclusive swimming pools and spas. I'm not sure if this, I don't think this is the Haven though. I think this is a level below Haven, but there are deals here on the Encore, and you may want to take a good look at that. Very interesting Panama Canal cruise available there. All right, your third deal. All right, your third cruise deal. This is a celebrity cruise. Celebrity Silhouette is the name of the ship. This is a 13-nighter starting April the 20th, going till May the 3rd. The Silhouette is sailing from Miami to Southampton. We're talking a repositioning cruise across the Atlantic Ocean. And we're leaving Miami on Thursday, April the 20th. You have 2 sea days, the 21st, 22nd, and you end up at Sharon's favorite place in the whole wide world, King's Wharf, Bermuda. You're there for the day. That's Sunday, April the 23rd. You're in Bermuda for the day. Then you're getting back on the ship and leaving, and you have sea days. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 6 consecutive sea days, 6 consecutive days from Monday, April 24 till Saturday, April 29. And on Sunday, April 30, you can hang out and say hi to our friend here in Cork, Ireland. You get to say hello to Donnell in Cork. If you're nice to him, you send him a note and say, Cork, Donnell, we're coming into Cork. We got to get together for a beer. We talk to you all the time on Bruce's Hangout show, on his big show every Monday night. We got to see you in person. You got to wear that shirt, that Traveling with Bruce shirt. I will have our Traveling with Bruce shirt on. We'll get together at a pub. Sunday, April 30th. I think the pubs are open Sunday, so it doesn't matter. Monday, May the 1st, you're in Portland, England. On Tuesday, May the 2nd, you're in Le Havre, France, which means you're a bus ride away from Paris if you want to go to Paris. And on Wednesday, May the 3rd, you're in Southampton in the United Kingdom in England. And from Southampton, the UK is yours. I would not rush to an airport and fly back now that you're in Southampton. Oh, gosh, no. You want to see, maybe head for Bath, England, and spend a few days in Bath. Beautiful place. Check out those Roman baths there and all the history there. It's incredible. Go to Stonehenge. Check out Stonehenge, as they used to say in Spinal Tap. Stonehenge. head to London, check out some sites in London, and then fly home from there. Spend a week or two in the UK if you can afford it, because it's already May. It's May. You're in the warm, beautiful weather. It's going to be great. Anyway, that is the third cruise. Celebrity Silhouette, nice cruise line. Great food, 15-nighter. Let's talk about dollars, okay? How much is this going to run, Bruce? 13 nights, 13 nights, Celebrity Silhouette. Inside room 646 is the discount rate. Search for that. In Ocean View rate, $815. Balcony, $858. You got to take the balcony there. And for the suite, forget about it. $4,800. Forget about the suite. Don't even bother. Go to the balcony for $858. 13 nights, Miami to Southampton. They are offering, by the way, for an inside offer, they're offering up to a $450 cabin credit. For an Ocean View, they're offering up to a $450 cabin credit. Balcony offer, they're offering up to a $500 balcony credit. For the suite, you're being offered a total of $1,300 per cabin onboard credit, prepaid gratuities, a premium beverage package, which includes top shelf alcoholic beverages and select non-alcoholic beverages on board, and unlimited internet. So if you take the suite, you pay the top dollar, but you get all the add-ons. And of course, if you're a shareholder of Royal Caribbean, which owns Celebrity, you're going to get a discount. I believe you'll get a $200 onboard credit as a shareholder on top of these other credits. So balcony, $858, $450 credit plus a $200 shareholder credit. Hello. You're going to have a good deal there, worthy of a serious consideration. Absolutely serious consideration. Okay, I got one more cruise. Now let me double check everybody here. Let's go. So far, food entertainment was great too, says Steven Stair. JJ, great idea, Uncle Bruce. I'm buying 100 shares of Norwegian and I'm writing covered calls against them. And then I'm going to book cruises with those guys. Now you're talking. Stephen Butler, are they discussing reconfiguring downtown Hamilton, Bermuda with a new dock to accommodate smaller cruise ships and luxury yachts, more move parking off the waterfront per Royal Bermuda Gazette? That might be happening. Rocky, but you just told us how NCL is so bad. I did. And Del Rio is so bad. I did. But if you get the super deal, you can take it. Then the first two cruises he told us are Norwegian. Oh, we should buy the stock too. Well, you can buy the stock at like $11 a share. It's like rock bottom cheap. They're not making any money. You own the stock, take the cruise, dump the stock. That's all you do. There you go. Interesting, huh? Louise, if they're going to give you a cruise at a super deal where they're going to lose money, take advantage and help them lose money and enjoy the cruise. I'm not saying the cruises are bad, but those upcharges. But if you get those credits, that helps, doesn't it? Louise, I was frantic searching for my Bruce shirt for my attempt at ice removal tonight. I found it. I did some work, but not enough to ice myself out, says Louise. Robert, where can I get a Traveling with Bruce shirt? Go to my homepage for this channel. You'll probably see on the bottom right over here, it'll say Traveling with Bruce. Hit that. You'll go to my homepage. And on the top corner up here, you'll see little round logos, one of which says Redbubble. It's RB. You click on that, and it'll take you to the Redbubble store for Traveling with Bruce. And that's where the coffee mugs are. It's where the T-shirts are. It's where the hoodies are, the sweatshirts, everything else, if you want to take a chance at that. Okay, how about one more cruise? It's not Norwegian, so don't be mad at me. It's not Norwegian. This is a princess ship, and it's the Crown Princess, and we're talking about a 28-night cruise, 4 weeks, March 17 to April 14. March 17 to April 14, 28 nights. And this cruise starts and ends in Los Angeles. Starts and ends in Los Angeles. And check out this itinerary. You get on the ship on Friday, March 17. You immediately have 4 sea days. You end up in Hilo, Hawaii on Wednesday, March the 22nd. On Thursday, March the 23rd, you're in Honolulu, Oahu. Friday, March 24th, you're in Lahaina, Maui. You're in Maui. Then you go back to the ocean for 4 more sea days, and you end up on Wednesday, March 29th at a place called Pago Pago, American Samoa. Then on Wednesday, March 29th, you also cross the international date line. Then Friday, the 31st, you're in Apia, Samoa, and you cross the date line yet again. On Friday, March 31, April 1, April 2, you're at sea. Monday, April 3, you're in Papati, Tahiti for 3 nights. You're in Papati, Tahiti for 3 nights. Wednesday, April the 5th, you're in Moorea, Society Islands. And then from Thursday, April the 6th until Thursday, April the 13th, 7 nights, you're cruising at sea back to Los Angeles. Friday, April the 14th. What a trip this is. Now, I am going to try, I don't know if I can here. I'll do what I can. I'm going to try to show you a photo of this itinerary. You see, leaving LA here and heading to Hawaii there, okay? Then coming down here to Apia, Tahiti, Pago, that entire area, and coming back to the USA. How about that? That's a 28 nights. How little is this? Well, here's the deal, kids. An inside room, 28-night cruise, $1,280 each. $1,280 for an inside room, 28-night cruise. Ocean view, $1,523. Balcony, $29.39, just over $100 a day. And suite, $55.99. Now, they've got deals. They got offers. If you take an inside room, they're offering you a $400 cabin credit. So it's a $1,280 cost with a $400 cabin credit. Not bad. So per passenger, that's $200 in credits if you divide it in half. Not bad. The ocean view, $400 cabin credit. Balcony, $400 cabin credit. Suite, $400 cabin credit. So even the balcony, $29.39 per person, 28 nights. Very nice. You divide these numbers by 4. You take that inside room and divide it by 4. That's $320 a week. $320 a week and a $400 credit overall. It's a $100 credit per week. Come on. I mean, yeah, this is a deal. Now, if you're a shareholder of Carnival, which owns Princess, you're going to get the maximum credit, I believe $250 additional cabin credit off of this cruise. So for the inside at $1,280, you get that $400 credit that they're giving you automatically, and then you get a $250 credit from Carnival on top of that. $650 in credits on top of the $1,260 per person. So that's pretty good. The credits are only 1 credit, not per person. Balcony, same thing, $650 in credits against a $29.39 base fare per person. That can go a ways. Can go a ways for tipping. Can go quite a ways for drinks, a massage, a short excursion. You might even be able to use it in the casino. All $650. So there you go. One lucky pull and pull in $3,000, paid for the whole trip right there for the inside room. Who knows? Anyway, there you have it. There's some cruises for you. 4 different cruises that look pretty good to me, I got to tell you. Can't complain about this one. What an itinerary this last one has with Hawaii and Samoa and Tahiti and Moorea. That would be really something to be able to spend that amount of time on that ship. Pretty good way to go. I hope you enjoyed those. Tim Bowman, Bruce, quite tempting us with that Princess itinerary. It's a terrific one with a great fare. Unfortunately, my wife has scheduled surgeries during that time. It's all good, my friend. Every once in a while, we come up with these gems, and I'll I'll let you know what I find, and you guys make up your mind whether it works for you. Jason Kimmons, good evening, Bruce. As always, I really enjoy and appreciate your cruise content. Thank you, Jason, very much. Thank you, all of you who've been here tonight. These thumbs ups you've given us, 52 now. Thank you for 52. We're over halfway to 100. There's only 58 people here. This is pretty darn good from 58 people to have 52 thumbs ups. I know the folks watching this show on the rerun always come through for us. They always help us to get over 100 thumbs ups. They put the comments in the comment section what thumbs up number they are. I thank you all very much for your help in that regard. I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. I'm sorry I had to disappoint some of you with this depressing imagery from Venice. Look at that. The Venice, canal that's got virtually no water in it, or how about one of these larger canals where these gondolas are basically sitting in the mud. How do you get to one of these? I mean, how do you walk to the gondola? You can't. Not good. I mean, the operator has to take a little boat to get to his boat, and then he has to get someone to shimmy it up. I mean, this is impossible. Not good. And then looking at Europe here, talking about the drought in Europe, let alone the drought in America, this is pretty bad. And we're seeing all kinds of low river levels. And I mean, drastic, look at this, drastic river level. I mean, man, that's going from a river to a stream to like a creek. Not good. This is disturbing, but it is what it is. And I want to caution you folks that if you're thinking of taking a river cruise this year, please do your homework, because nothing is worse than thinking you're going to be on a $500 a person river cruise for 14 nights and find out when you get there, you're only getting 8 nights on a ship and 6 nights in a hotel room that isn't worth $500 a night, no matter what. And it's for each of you. That's $1,000 a night. You're going to overpay dearly for something that isn't there. Check it out. If you're using a travel agent, ask pointed questions, because this drought is worsening. It is not over. It is getting worse over there. And I kind of wonder if possibly river cruises in Europe are going to be canceled because they're holding out. The operators are holding out right now, not canceling, hoping for, rain and snow to save the day. And they may find that even the cruise they think they're going to offer you can't even be offered because of even further sailing restrictions on the rivers. I warn you out there, do not be too hasty in booking your river cruise. Ask a lot of questions to make sure this is not already an altered cruise, because the cruise line can do whatever they want. The ticket that you buy from these guys, give them all the rights to do whatever they feel they have to do to keep your safety in mind and accommodate you, feed you, and look after you until that day is, your time is up. So be careful. Good evening, Bruce from Jason. Appreciate it. Malcolm, how about the carnival celebration? How about the carnival celebration? It's under construction, as far as I know. We're waiting for it to launch. Robert Blend, hi, Bruce from Snowy Boston. Another great show. Thank you, man. Kirk Brunson, going through my cruise withdrawal right now. He just got off the ship from MSC, had a great time. And now you got to dream about the next one, my friend. Indeed. I'm glad you had a good one, though. I'm sure am. I'm glad to hear that those of you who are going on cruises are having a good time. You're getting good, you're finding decent value. I tried here to find some decent value for you. But keep in mind, those surcharges might eat you up a little bit. So these cabin credits might come in handy, and it might be worth your while to become a shareholder for a month or so. Become a shareholder, 3 weeks before your cruise, get your credit, and then hold the stock for your next cruise, or sell them and buy another cruise line stock and get those credits on their cruise line, however it works. What can I say? Alan Carter, Bruce, I am number 56 on your thumbs up meter. You only need 44 more, and you're still live on the air. This is incredible. Gonzo is saying 31 days until the Epic. I had someone mention that they weren't happy with the Epic. They said it was lousy food on the Epic or something like that. Found that to be interesting. I was on the Epic with Jennifer, and we didn't mind the food. I don't recall minding it. We did do the main dining room. We did the buffet more than not, actually. We found the buffet quite fine. But this is, I have to be fair now. This was 2015. That was a lifetime ago. That was a pandemic ago. So let's not compare 2015 to 2023. It is what it is. I'm a little concerned too, says Gonzo. I'm wondering about the food on the Epic. I'm curious about this. What is this all about? What's wrong with it? Let us know, Gonzo, when you go, how it was and how it went, and did you enjoy all of it? Was the food disappointing? Do tell. But make sure you get your shareholder credit. If you're going on a 1-week cruise, you get $100 credit. If it's longer than that, you could get a $150, $200, or a $250 credit. The longer the stay on the ship, the bigger the cabin credit you qualify for as a shareholder of Norwegian. Same for Carnival and same for Royal Caribbean. Take advantage of those. Jason, how many shares of Carnival do I need to buy to get the perks, and is it worth to buy? What perks does Carnival give the stockholder? The stockholder gets a cabin credit. Spend it any way you want. You own 100 shares of Carnival, you get the credit. It doesn't matter if you own any more or not. Just 100 is all you need. A registered shareholder of 100 shares. And all you have to do is call their 800 number. And what you'll do is you'll send them a screenshot on your phone of the shares inside your brokerage account. And that should be good enough. And they will credit your cabin with a $100 to $250 cabin credit. Use it any way you like. Gratuities, drinks, tipping, casino probably. You probably charge it right onto your room card. Spa area, most likely. Specialty dining, up to you. Yeah, might even be able to use it on some excursions. I'm not sure about onboard shopping, but then again, you might be able to buy a bottle of booze or two with that. Check it out. It's certainly worth having. JJ, 152 days until getaway European cruise, Portugal to England. Right on, JJ. That should be fun, and I can see you'll be jacked about that. Way to go, pal. I definitely enjoy that when it happens. Folks, thank you for being here tonight with Bruce for the big show. I love it. I missed you last week, but I'll be here next week. We do have now 58 thumbs ups. We're only 42 away from 100. If you're able to hit that thumbs up button for us, please nail it for us. And if you're watching on the rerun, thank you as always, you wonderful rerun viewers out there. I get more views of my shows on reruns than live because I have a worldwide audience, and some of these time frames are pretty late into the evening here. Thank you all. Lisbon to Southampton. Beautiful. I did sail from Southampton on the Norwegian Jade with my daughter, Jennifer Jr. and I, and this was in 2008. We went from Southampton to Vigo to Lisbon, and then we ended up in Malaga, and another stop or two in Spain. And then we ended up working our way to Naples, the port near Rome, and then near Florence, Italy. And then we ended up, our last stop was in Nice, right near Monte Carlo. That was nice. What a way to end it. We ended our cruise in Barcelona when it was all said and done. That was a great 11-day cruise, I believe. It was nice. What happened last week? Bruce had a day off, President's Day. Jen said, "You're not working today. You're too tired. You can't keep your eyes open. You just sleep." And so I slept in, and I schlepped around the house, and we went to the pool, and went to the hot tub, and got back. I had another nap. I just slept. I was exhausted. Double E waiting for $6 shares for Carnival. I got you, Sharon. Have a great night, Bruce and Jen. Thank you so much, Sharon. Stephen Butler, thanks, Bruce and Jen. Tim Bowman, good evening all. Have a great week. And all of you, the same thing. Have a wonderful week. Make sure you hug your friends and relatives an extra little longer this time around. You never know when's the last time. And be good to yourself. Stay healthy for me. Catch up with me next Monday 7 o'clock for sponsor members for the Hangout Show, and 8 o'clock right here for the big show. Hang out with us, and we'll give you the update on how it's going and what's going on in our lives. Gonzo Cruiser, I'm hearing that cruises out of Carnival are being disrupted due to rocket launches. Any insight? I haven't heard that news at all. Robert, okay, just wondering. Thank you. Donna MC, 59 thumbs up. You only need 41 more. Thank you, Donna, for that. Love these thumbs ups. Keep them coming in, everybody. Thank you so much for this. Have a great week. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next Monday right here from Palm Desert, California, as we wait the winter out and Jen gets her hip going, and we'll keep you posted on how it's working out. Thanks, everybody. Take care, and see you next time. Bye for now.